mud monsters, and welcome along to another day's metal detecting adventures. Today is a bit of an odd one. Certainly haven't had to do this before, but if you've been following my Facebook group, The Discriminator, you'll know that a friend of mine basically came to me with a request to help out a friend of theirs. In simple terms, this person is a farm labourer, and they've dropped their mobile phone whilst ploughing. Unlucky. This phone is then dropped into the plough soil and been ploughed in. I've been told that this person knows the farmer and that everything's okay for me to go on the land, and I'm meeting up with the person who's lost their phone shortly. In theory, they'll know roughly maybe where they've lost their phone, and I'll have a half decent chance of trying to locate it. My thought process is to scan my own phone with the CTX and see what sort of signals it gives out, so that I'm not just having to dig everything that I find in the field. But it may well be that it rings up in numbers that I wouldn't normally bother doing, so it could be quite interesting in that respect. But we'll see. Shouldn't be long before I get there, and we'll head over to the field, see if I can find his phone for him. And you never know, it might end up in getting a new permission as well with the farmer. We'll see. Anyway, we'll see you when I get to the field. Right guys, so I'm at the field helping the gentleman try to find his phone. We think it's along the side of the field, so that's where we're working. He's never used a metal detector before, so I've given him the AT Pro, put it on standard mode, giving him a brief sort of idea of what to look for, how to get a consistent signal, and just sort of have a go with that. And I'm following behind, going low and slow. So far I found what looks like an old sort of metal tin bottle thing, and also I'll just flip you around. Heading in here, if you can see it. Wherever I go, I seem to find them, a musket ball. So that's something. This field has supposedly got, well, it has got World War II all over it. It's an airfield situation, encampment, all that sort of stuff. So I wouldn't be surprised if I find a few more bits until we find this phone. Right guys, no sign of this mobile phone yet, but it's looking rounded in the ground. What we got here? It looks a bit big. Maybe it's a penny. Maybe it's a big button. Oh, I think I can see a buttony thing. Well, that's weird. Let's give that a quick clean up. There we go. Seems like some kind of keyhole surround. Not much I can say more about that. I don't know. Age doesn't look fancy or anything. Pretty basic. Maybe it's off a Foot Locker with an American serviceman or something. Who knows? Guys, I've been going at this for quite some time now. I've been working my way all the way along the edge of this field where the farm labourer thinks he dropped his phone. No luck so far. I'm finding just no end. I mean, absolutely no end of bits of metal, flat with different kinds of greens on them. I'm told this was an old airfield site. There might have been a crash here during the war. Maybe a plane, I don't know, didn't make it back properly or didn't take off properly or whatever, but I think I've hit the debris field, because behind me, I don't know if you can see, there's just a hole every couple of centimetres. I'll flip you around and let you hear all these signals. It's almost impossible to decipher what to dig and what not to dig, even with really heavy discrimination on the CTX, so it's tough. Right, hopefully this will give you an idea guys. This is just sweeping gently. Listen to how many signals there are. God, I can't keep up with them. They're everywhere. Now I can stop and I can dig, you know, individually dig these, but I'll be here for the rest of my life. This is with a coin mode on the CTX, so it's discriminating out all the rubbish, in theory. See, there's one there, but I mean I could just as easily pick up another one. He says. It's just constant. So you tell me what I dig. I've got all this ground. It's hard work. I don't know what to suggest. There you go. I know that the mobile phone rings up around 12.44 on the CTX, but so does this blooming aircraft stuff. Look, I'll find one now. It's jumping around a bit. That's jumping between them. Oh, there we go, 12.40's there. Oh, it jumped again. Alright, well, we'll carry on. Another 50 cow round from a different field though. Can't say I'm doing well with finding the mobile phone, but finding lots of evidence of the World War II and onwards RAF base. Okay, on to the next one. The mobile phone doth continue, but as inevitably it happens, I've found other things along the way. Just looking around in the ground. It's going to be my first coin. Right, quick clean up. Good day to you, sir. George V. Just a penny, I think. Yeah. There we go, 1p, George V. I'll take that, considering I'm looking for something else. Didn't expect to get a coin. Great stuff. Well guys, can you see it? Ground's lovely here, it's so easy to dig. There we go, it's looking a bit green, isn't it? Right, quick clean up. There we go, another George V, should just be able to make him out, looking to the left there. Good day to you, sir. That's a halfpenny. The other side's a bit wiped, not a great deal going on there, just about Sea Britannia. There we go, I'll add that to the collection. Still no phone yet, I'm afraid. Well, mud monsters, that's me done for today. It was an interesting little trip out to try and help a friend of a friend with finding their phone after a little mishap. Sounds like it was left on the side of the tractor as he was ploughing. He's forgotten about it, unfortunately. Anyone can do this, I'm sure. And it's fallen off somewhere in the field. We've gone all the way along the side of the field where we think it could be, and I've come back up again as well. If it had managed to make it all the way down to the bottom of the field and then back up again. So we're giving it the best chance of finding it. Unfortunately, there's that field, or scattered field of metal debris that I assume is from a crashed aircraft from World War II. I pulled up so much metal from it. I'll stick some up at the end, and you guys who know more about this than me can say whether it looks like aircraft material, but that did basically stop me from doing that area. I just couldn't keep digging it all, it was horrendous. But worked around it, found a George V penny and a halfpenny musket ball and a few bits of militaria from the time as well. So that was all good. The gentleman who works on the farm is going to have a little chat with the farmer as well. So you never know, it might secure me a little bit more land to go and hunt on, which would be really nice and kind of them. So I appreciate that a lot. Anyway, that's enough from me. I'll see you on the next hunt.